Hey guys, this is Comics G-Man, and I have a special video for a commenter that came in with a special request, and the subject for today's video is going to be the resting bitch face phenomenon. Alright, so I kind of go into this subject a little, what can I say, a bit with hesitancy. But the commenter who asked me this question is a very loyal subscriber and audience viewer, and he always has great things to say, great things to ask. And so, for this commenter, named Objective Incision 3970, I will enter this territory, this uncharted territory of the resting bitch face. And let me first read to you his comment so we understand the full context of what he would like to know. He commented here on my Doom Patrol Season 3 video. He said, "Hi, when you have time, I would love to hear your take on what is popularly becoming known as Zendaya fatigue. More and more people are getting sick and tired of her one-dimensional resting bitch face. The bitch is almost in every major Hollywood movie. Boring me. Bless." Okay, guys. So before we get into this whole thing, right, we all know what the resting bitch face is. Resting bitch face, which I think actually originated with Captain Marvel 2017, or at the very least, Captain Marvel mainstreamed it. But if we look at the definition literally, resting bitch face is a facial expression that unintentionally creates the impression a person is angry, annoyed, irritated, or contemptuous. Particularly when the individual is relaxed or resting. This can lead to people thinking the person may not care about a topic or may lack respect for the person talking at the moment. The concept has been studied by psychologists and may have psychological implications related to facial biases, gender stereotypes, human judgment, and decision making. Wow, that is a load of shit. Holy crap, is that a definition? Jesus, that is some overcomplicated nonsense. Right, if we want to put it in simple comic book terms, resting bitch face is, I'm too good for all of you. I don't need to show my best face because my shit don't stink and I could do whatever I want. Now, the resting bitch face seems to really just stick with the woman. Now, I don't see the memes ever attract the resting bitch face to the men. But, you know, let's it's not just Zendaya, which we will get into Zendaya and that phenomenon, Objective Incision, so please be patient. But if we go to Superman 2025, like you look at the main cover that they use, right? He's not a resting bitch face. He's kind of like a confident, bold, you know, I can do this kind of look, even though he gets his ass kicked throughout the entire movie until the end. Superman, Man of Steel, Henry Cavill, may be the closest we get to a resting bitch face in the male species. Maybe. Would you consider that a resting bitch face, or would you consider that like just stoic? Yeah, no, it's like a stoic. Yeah, no, it's like a very blank look, which is another reason why I don't like Henry Cavill as Superman. I mean, he's got a great look, but the way they depicted him in Man of Steel, he's too serious. Now, Superman could be serious, but I need Superman. You know, Superman, Supergirl, the whole super family. To me, the whole point of them is, if you're a civilian and all these crazy things are happening, as soon as you see one of the super people come, you immediately feel like a sense of like, they got this. I'm good. You know, like you're supposed to feel not happy, but you're supposed to feel kind of a security in the super people. And a happy Superman is a happy world. That's my opinion. And that also applies to Supergirl. Right, here's Christopher Reeves. Christopher Reeves went through his dark phase, right? In Superman #3, when he fought himself. You remember that one, guys? But overall, Superman, Christopher Reeves, is very confident. Makes you feel good. As soon as you see him, you know you're in good hands. Right? Makes you think of a better humanity. Now, even the Supergirl 1984 one, we did that one here, 1984. Right, she's serious there in the cover, but it's not like a resting bitch face. It's like a, here she comes, you know, kind of thing. But throughout the show, throughout the movie of 1984, I would say she had a pretty good energy about her. Pretty good energy, right? Even in the paintings, it's not a resting bitch face. Not a resting bitch face. Even with Faye Dunaway, the villain, not a resting bitch face. Here's a good shot. Here's a shot from the actual film, right? She smiles throughout the film. Throughout the film, the 1984 Supergirl smiles. Now, if we look at the Supergirl of now, her own cover is whatever, right? We all know this famous picture, whatever. Then there's this one. This one is very different from the 1984 one. It's like a strange... It's a strange look. You know, I can't even describe what that is. It looks like it's supposed to be a confident look, but at the same time, it looks like a pissed off, annoyed, angry look. You know what I mean? Like, she looks like that annoying older sister that gets angry at you about every little thing, and she's like ready to just tell on you or fucking yell at you about something really stupid. You know, like, I'm not getting the super vibes from that. So yeah, this resting bitch face phenomenon definitely took over everything. So let's go to specifically what Objective Incision wants to know. Zendaya, resting bitch face. Let me see what we can find here. Yeah, I mean, you know, she's an attractive woman in real life, but in the movies, like especially in the Spider-Man movies, I remember the Spider-Man movies specifically, and I did not like her in Spider-Man. No, I don't know who likes her in Spider-Man. I really don't know who likes her in Spider-Man. If I could find a good shot. Yeah, I mean, in the Brand New Day, I guess she might be doing it. But throughout like 1, 2, and 3 of the Spider-Man movies, she looks like this most of the time. She looks like that most of the time. She looks like this most of the time. And then the feminists are going to come in and they're going to say, well, why are you putting so much focus on her not smiling, right? Well, I think it goes the same for the men as well. The only time you could get away with it is when it's a serious scene, or there's a deathly scene, or you're a villain. But even the male superheroes look good when they smile. And that's the truth. Although Tom Holland could go fuck himself, he's overrated, I still feel that way. He could smile all he wants. He's not Peter Parker. He's not Spider-Man. I don't care what all of you are trying to say. He sucks. He sucks as Spider-Man. He sucks. But yeah, like, so what is the overall thing about this? I think it's a way of sapping the high vibrational energies that we have as a people. This is the new standard that we have for men and women. Right? But what's funny is if you look at her in real life, she doesn't act like that. But they're imposing this new way on the viewer. This is how they want most girls and men to be. But outside of that, these celebrities don't act like what they're acting like in real life. So again, like always, it's one thing for you and one thing for me. What's new, honestly. And I actually really think it also might just be like a trend thing, and it's just going to go away soon. People are going to get tired of this act. I don't know why it became an act in the first place. I mean, it's just she looks fucking miserable every fucking time. It's not fun at all. So you go back to like Kirsten Dunst, Spider-Man, MJ, right? She's smiling all the time. Not all the time. Like there's times where she's miserable, she's snarky, but it's all in good context. It all makes sense. It goes along with the writing and it fits the story. She gets amazed, you know, and you know, she had her issues, Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane, but she was a really good Mary Jane. Now, even a woman on like The Dark Knight, Gyllenhaal, what was her name? Rachel, right? She was pretty serious and not the most attractive woman in a superhero movie. Like she's, you know, sweet looking, very homey, you know, but she's not like a bomb like that actress in the 1989 Batman. What was that actress's name in 1989? Batman 1989. The girl who played Vicky Vale in that. Well, her. Kim Basinger, right? So Kim Basinger was pretty fucking sexy. Like, I mean, a bomb, dude. Like, she's like out of this world, 1980s, fucking sexy. Okay? But the point I'm trying to make is like the resting bitch face thing wasn't around at this time, wasn't around in the 80s. When do you think it started? Well, I think it got more mainstreamed with Captain Marvel. Now, I'm sure it existed before this. I'm sure it existed before Brie Larson turned it into a trend and it became more mainstreamed. And the only reason why this movie became mainstreamed was because they sold it to the people that you had to watch this before Endgame, even though you didn't. You didn't. So everybody went to see this movie. They got fooled, and the movie made so much money when it didn't deserve to make all that money. So then it gave Hollywood the idea that this is what people want from the female heroes, right? Now, if we look at like Wonder Woman, any iteration of Wonder Woman, right? The resting bitch face doesn't exist in the comics, in the cartoons. And again, like they could be serious, like serious, bold, striking, focused, contemplative. All of those different words and expressions of the face are different. But the resting bitch face, there's something mean about it. There's something dark about it. There's something soulless about the resting bitch face. It brings out a certain nihilism in women and men. It brings out a kind of ugliness. And it's kind of like looking at you like you don't matter. Nothing matters. Nothing has any meaning. Existence is futile. Right? Now, maybe that would work for just the emo character, Zendaya. But when Zendaya is playing Mary Jane Watson, Mary Jane Watson is anything but an emo, resting bitch face character. Mary Jane Watson is the light of Peter Parker's life in the comics. She's the reason why he does everything he has to do. And she brings him, you know, happiness and love, even though they take forever to get married. And then Zeb Wells and then the writers before that fuck all that up. They cuck Spider-Man. Mary Jane is banging some other dude while he's being a cuck. And he's like being a fucking worthless asshole. In the Zeb Wells run specifically, if you haven't read the Zeb Wells runs, I highly recommend you stay the fuck away from that specific Spider-Man. It started off great. They had an awesome Tombstone arc from issues 1 to 5. And then they just shut it down for some reason. And it just went downhill from there, in my opinion. And then they did stupid bullshit like Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, right? Sorcerer Spider-Man. Then they brought Joe Kelly in. And now I see they got Amazing Spider-Man issues where Spider-Gwen is on the covers with Spider-Man because we're supposed to take Spider-Gwen seriously. Thank you, Dan Slott, for those horrible multiverse bullshit things you came up with that they won't go away now. So I stay the fuck away from Spider-Man. But yeah, the point is, Mary Jane in the animated show, in the old comics, she's the most beautiful redhead girl you could think of, right? Everybody wants her, but Peter gets her. Sure, because he's Spider-Man, you could say. But it's like Superman. Yeah, Lois loves Superman. She's amazed by this super god. But in the end of the day, she's really falling in love with Clark. Superman, his Clark is who he really is when he's just trying to be a regular person. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I really don't know. Objective Incision, it's a crazy situation. And you know what? To get more on Zendaya, and to my audience, sorry if I seem like I'm not really sure how to talk about this. I didn't really plan this. I just wanted to kind of just roughly go over it for Objective Incision. But like, look at these pictures of her. She's a fine looking woman. There's nothing wrong with her at all, right? So why do they make her look like that? Now, they did the same thing to Millie Alcock. If you look up regular pictures of her, like on the red carpet, smiling on photos and stuff, like even when she's not like just looking like that, like she's an extremely beautiful woman, right? I think she's fine. Like she's got that kind of Australian look, a kind of European look. She's got, she's very pretty, I think. And she doesn't look like a bitch. Now, I know a lot of people think she is because of some of the dumb stuff she said, but I didn't take that too seriously. Like, look at the difference. Look how she looks there in these pictures, right? Look how she looks. She looks fine. She looks like a normal woman. But in Supergirl, they just completely turn her into this, right? If I could find any good pictures like this, she looks fine there, But look, then again, they can't do a full teeth smile, right? And I think Superman did a full teeth smile in 2025. I'm not sure, but I know Christopher Reeves definitely did. But like, why? Why can't you do a full toothed smile? What's so hard about that? And it's not her. She does it on her own naturally in real life. But they direct them to act like this in the movies. Because they don't like beauty. They don't like good nature. They don't like positivity. They don't want people to fully express their fullest potential. They don't want people to exude positivity. There always has to be this hanging negativity in the atmosphere. And I think this is just another thing that adds on to the overall cultural decay of this country. And it's a very small thing. It's a very small detail. But it makes a difference. And it shows where we are as a society, as a people, I guess. We don't anymore cherish beauty, niceness. We cherish shit, basically. We cherish garbage. We cherish pettiness, division. Like, if you look at the woman of the 50s, maybe, or the 60s, the people of today look at this like, this is the most horrific thing that mankind has ever perpetrated on women throughout history, right? Now, the old films, the old posters, all the women are smiling, right? Maybe some of them are serious, but even the serious ones are beautiful, well made, all that kind of stuff. But people are trained today to just look at these little details. Sexist. They use terms like the male gaze because they try to demonize men just being men and demonize women just being women. Now, I know I'm saying the obvious, but I think it's important to talk about these things because I do feel these ways. A lot of people mistake me for being on the left because I talk against the right when I have to constantly say that I don't like either side. No, that's my dog. But yeah, dude, like, I'm not saying we got to go back to this. We're not going to go back to this. This is over. This is like the Neanderthal race. This is like a different era that will never come back. It's gone. And how men were all dressed up in suits. You know, it was just a totally different time. But I don't know what they're trying to create now. You know, like if you look at all the different eras, like the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s even, they all had their own style, their own colors, their own aesthetics. Right? We all know this subject. We all think about this. Everyone here thinks about these things. But you ever wonder sometimes, how are we going to look back at the 2010s? You know what I mean? What was the style of the 2010s? Look, oh wait, why not? Let me type that in. 2010s. Oh, come on. This isn't working. 2010s. No, not music, just style. Like, what is the 2010s? What is this? What is this? What were we in the 2010s? To any fashion majors, anybody who's into the fashion or art, right? How would you describe the 2010s? Now we have to talk about the 2020s. My fucking keyboard's giving me a hard time. What the hell is the 2020s? I don't see people dressed like that. I don't see people dressed like this where I am. Well, maybe like this. Maybe like this. I see this all the time. I don't see this shit. I don't know what that is. I don't see any of this shit where I am. What the fuck is this? This is not even true. Who dresses like this? This is AI. So there's nothing definitive about our time, the 2010s. The 2000s at least had a little bit of something that defined itself. So I think as we go on as humanity and progress towards technology, as we lose ourselves in AI, maybe go extinct eventually, we're losing ourselves here. I really feel that. We're homogenizing ourselves. We're losing our identity. So the resting bitch face, to me, is not just a random thing that was inserted by those at the top. It's also a product of the 2010s and the 2020s. So maybe the resting bitch face will be the definitive moment of the 20s and 10s. Maybe the late 2010s at least. But yeah, on Zendaya, man, I don't think she's that big of a deal. I think she's just overrated. She probably has the right connections. She's obviously doing some kind of deal marrying Tom Holland and, you know, in public being together and stuff. It's obviously a deal that they made to promote the movies. I mean, they're even in the Odyssey together. They're in Spider-Man together. It's obviously a contract to make a lot of money, and there'll probably be some divorce in the future once that contract ends. because it's all a show. All of Hollywood is a show. Even outside of the movie making, the celebrities are all just living a big movie. And you know that's true. This is not a new concept. They've been doing this since the beginning of Hollywood. So it's just another bullshit trend thing. Just another way to make money in this inflating economy. All for the stupid bastards who keep giving them money at the movie theaters, me included sometimes. When really we should stop giving them money. But it's not going to happen. There's just not enough. Because there's just, there's just not enough different things to do. So people need to go to the movies too. So it's fucked, man. So Objective Incision, I hope you enjoyed the video, man. I did kind of stretch this one a bit because I was trying to really think about what you wanted me to talk about. I hope it satisfied you. Please let me know in the comments what you think. Last time you asked me to do a video, you didn't comment on it. So I'd appreciate it if you would talk to me about it. If you don't comment on this video and you make another request on the next one, I'm just not going to do a video. But yeah, thanks. For everyone else, let me know your thoughts. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Comment as you see fit.